Hi there. Hope you guys are doing really, really well. My name is Brian. I am your queer psychic bestie, and I have a reading for you guys today. This is going to be a summer solstice reading. Today is the solstice, so I decided to do a little bonus reading for you guys. Okay? This is going to be just a look at kind of freeform general reeling. Like, what do you need to know? What's going on? What's the message for the solstice for you guys? And this is just going to be for whoever finds it. So if this reading pops up for you, it may resonate for you. As always, take what does resonate and leave what doesn't. Okay? If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you could do that through email or form submission on my website. All right. Can I get one more, please? One more, please. Okay. All right, guys. Let's get into this. Let's see what's going on. Bottom of the deck is your challenge. I'm using the True Black Tarot today. A friend reminded me that I have this, and now I'm like, well, I have to do it. We've got the Five of Pentacles, we've got the Star, and we've also got what I believe is the Five of Cups. It's hard, like sometimes it's hard to read the foil because the numbers are foiled. Yeah, so we've got two fives. So right off the bat, we're dealing with a lot of change. Five of Pentacles, Five of Cups, and the Star here. I feel like for a lot of you, the challenge that the solstice is really bringing to you is just healing through change is almost what I want to say here. It really, Nine of Cups is right behind it as well. So it feels like for a lot of you, you are kind of healing by changing, or like healing through the process of change here. So let's dive in. Let's see what's going on. You start with the Nine of Wands and the Ten of Swords. So like I said, with that Ten of Swords, we do have an ending showing up for you. Ten of Swords is the end of a long, bitter cycle, and the Nine of Wands is Wounded Warrior. So it really does feel like for a lot of you, the solstice is kind of highlighting for you, and this has been a very heavy theme in the collectives recently, like what needs to go? What am I giving to that's not going to give back to me in the long term, versus like, what am I actually going to get? What am I giving to that's going to repay me for what I'm doing here? It does kind of feel like there's some disappointment here. Hanged One, interesting. Hanged Man. There is a little bit of disappointment here for you guys. I won't lie to you. Let's see. What is the disappointment about, though? That's what I think is interesting here as well. Queen of Wands, it almost feels like some of you and the Lovers, it feels like some of you weren't planning on letting go of some things. Whatever this is a general reading, so obviously it's going to apply to everyone in many different ways. Mickey, the name Mickey just came through. Mickey. We could be talking about Mickey Mouse. It's the only Mickey I can think of, but maybe your name is Mickey. But you've got the Hanged Man, the Queen of Wands, and the Lovers here. It feels like for a lot of you, the disappointment stems from just this general feeling of like, I wasn't planning on letting this go. I almost want to say so soon. So some of you it could be somewhere, or could be, I almost want to say like dabbling in something that you may have found like a newfound passion for with that Queen of Wands. It's a very passionate card. So you may have passion for something here that ultimately you have to now kind of give up. The Lovers is the choice card. So it does feel like, this is a choice for you. Like it's either one or the other is what I want to say here as well. Yeah, you've got the Fool, the Nine of Swords. So again, a lot of anxiety, a lot of uncertainty here for you guys, but also like, I feel like that comes with the territory of change. It comes with the territory of letting go of this. Yeah, there's definitely conflict here for you, babe. I feel like if anything, the solstice is just, it's highlighting for you that you may be somewhere where you don't want to be. It really does feel like this is a weird reading because I can't really get a read on what I'm talking about. Like, if I'm being honest here, I can't tell if this is like a career or personal, but it almost feels like, for some of you, it's like you invested in something maybe very fast, like a lot of investment very quickly, because you thought it was going to be something that was like had longevity here, and now it almost feels like the bitter truth is like hitting you, where you're like, okay, I have to let go of this. Yeah, King of Swords, bottom of the deck, strategy. King of Swords is a very strategic card, you know, so it does kind of feel like it's almost like I want to tell you to play your cards carefully here. I don't know why. You've got the Justice and the Magician here. Yeah, I feel like in the end of the day, you have free will, you know, and I think that's what also is kind of putting a wrench in this, is that I don't think you've decided what you're going to do. And that makes the energy around the subject a little cloudy, right? Because our free will does determine sort of the energy of where we go forward. So it does feel like there is a little bit of weighing up going on here with Justice and the Magician. It almost feels like either way, it feels like the path is open to you either way, babe. I'm going to be honest here. You could stay where you are, but you could also leave it. Do you know what I mean here? It's almost like I don't feel like either one is the correct choice, you know? There is just kind of like choices. I always tell my clients and my collectives, like, there is no such thing as a right or wrong decision. There's just decisions, you know? So this is like one of those moments for you where I feel like it's just a decision. Because you've also got the Tower here and the Hermit. You know, I think this is a very interesting combo because also at the end of the day, no one can really make this choice for you, right? You know, I feel like a lot of you are recognizing, I'm trying to like get the foil in here and show you guys the shine. I feel like a lot of you know that the decision is solely yours. You know, wherever you take this road, wherever this, I almost want to say next step, because what my guides are showing me is like literally someone, you know, when you, this is such a funny way to put it. You know, when you're walking and your foot is up right before it comes down, when my guides show me the foot coming down, it's usually my symbol for like, where am I going to put my next step? You know, it's kind of like open road energy. So that's where this really feels like it's taking you with the Hermit. Like, this is less about asking other people for their opinions and more so about, okay, well, what do I ultimately want to do here? You know, yeah, you've got the Six of Swords, and the World. It's ultimately, it just keeps coming through like this, babe. It's your choice. You know, with the Five of Cups here, you've got the Six of Swords and the World. You can choose to stay or you can choose to go. And whatever this is, I don't feel like the way my guys are giving this to me is you're going to get to where you need to get to, regardless of whether or not you stay where you are or you do something different. And I think that is a comfort. That should be a comfort to you guys here. You know, you've got the Queen of Pentacles. So I feel like for some of you, this has to kind of do with your well-being. I'm hearing like, what is better for me? Yeah, 10 of Wands. I feel like it may sound a little obvious, but I'm still going to say it. What is better for you is going to be whatever decision removes burden from you. You know, whatever decision makes life just a little bit easier for you. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune with the Emperor. Take control, babe. This is like such an interesting reading because it really does feel like the solstice is almost showing you, I almost want to say like lighting the path, like lighting the way. That my guides are showing me. Do you know those things that sometimes people have on their driveway? They're just like little lanterns that you like stick in the ground next to a driveway so it illuminates the driveway. That's what my guides are showing me. This is what the solstice feels like for me, for you guys. It feels like an illumination, like your guides are kind of planting those little lanterns in the ground. I don't know why I wanted to say furnace here. Some of you may be having issues with your furnace soon. Just be prepared. But it's like a lot of your guides are planting these little lanterns in the ground to kind of show you, hey, you can go this way. Hey, you can go that way. But at the end of the day, again, what keeps coming through, which I think is really great, is that this is just about the journey. The end goal for you in whatever this is always going to remain the same, you know? And so it feels like it's just the path that's going to change. It's the journey that's going to change. It's the road that's going to change, but the end goal is going to remain the same. You also have the Three of Pentacles here with the King of Wands. It does also feel like for someone here, wherever this road is taking you, it does bring you to some sort of camaraderie. So the way that my guides are giving this to me is almost like think coworkers, think what's the word I'm looking for? Like interpersonal relationships, you know, community. Thank you. That's what I was trying to reach for. My guides wouldn't give it to me. Community. It does bring you to some new or almost like newfound sense of community here. And I feel like that's what a lot of you are looking for at the end of the day, because your last two cards here are the Page of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles. So for some of you, this is work. For others of you, it's not. But for those of you that this is work, it does sort of feel like, again, you are getting what you want, but it also does feel a little overwhelming. I feel like that's where some of you are kind of struggling right now, is that there is this sort of like feeling of overwhelm present in this reading, or at least towards the end of this reading, which is the near future usually. In a traditional spread, we'd be at the near future advice part of the reading. So it does feel like you're going to have to be picky with where you're putting your energy, or like what you're giving to, because it does feel like there is a little bit of overwhelm here. Yeah, you've got the Star. There's one more under here I'm missing as well. The Star, Judgment. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Oh, I'm starting to get a little warm as well. Star, Judgment, Two of Cups. Who do you want in your corner? That's also what this entails. That's interesting. Whatever road you're taking, wherever it's shifting or changing, it does end in almost a, like, think about if you play a game and you make certain choices, like a super cliche one is like Baldur's Gate 3. When you do like a good run, you don't get evil allies, but then if you do an evil run, you don't get the good allies. This is what this is kind of feeling like for me. Not obviously good versus evil, but the goal, or not the goal, but where you're eventually getting is going to change who's in the corner as well for you, which I think is interesting. Yeah, Three of Cups, Ace of Cups. It changes your support system, and you have to really decide here which one is better. What's the best support system for you? What's the best, Hierophant? Who's going to be the best commitment? What's going to be the best commitment here? I feel like the Solstice is bringing up these questions for you so that you can answer them. And ultimately, yeah, Nine of Cups lead you to an outcome that is favorable, an outcome that makes you happy, an outcome that makes you feel good. This is a very interesting reading today. Yeah, Four of Wands. It leads to some sort of commitment as well. But it does entail quite a few decisions here, guys. This is an interesting reading. There's a lot of decisions to be made here, but there's also a lot of like, I almost want to say consequences to be had, but consequences in a good way. There are good and bad consequences to things, and that's what this is really feeling like. Interesting. Let's get you an oracle card. This is a very interesting reading. Let's get you guys an oracle card. We are using the Angelarium, of course, my favorite oracle deck. But let's see. Interesting. Okay, that was fast. I'm going to get 2 for you. I'm feeling 2. Okay, or 3. So the first one you have is Coca Biel, Angel of the Stars. This is interesting because this is the card of pulling cards. Where is she? 31. I always give out the numbers just in case for people that like numerology. Drawing cards from a divination deck certainly speaks to a latent curiosity, but drawing this card specifically may speak to a deeper desire to seek answers from the infinite. When a question hangs over our heads, it does so with the same intensity as starlight and clear sky. Seek your answers, but don't be dazzled by the dance of faraway glimmers. Interesting. You also got, I'm going to butcher this name, Penemu, Angel of Script. I really don't know how to say this name, so if you have the pronunciation, please let me know. I say Penemu. It could be so incorrect. Also 51, so we've got a couple of ones rolling in here. When considering death, we cannot help but also consider our legacy. But the words written on your tombstone are not yours to write and not for you to read. Let this card be a sign that you should relinquish your desire to control how you will be remembered. Your purpose in life happens now, not at some future date. Seek to to appreciate the moment you are in now instead of wasting your efforts building a bulwark to defend the inevitable encroachment of time. Wow. Interesting. And then Ananiel, Angel of Storms. Wow. Got some destroying to do, I guess, babe. 45. Okay. This is a reminder that what is done cannot always be undone. You may be gathering your will to make a move that will bring you beyond a threshold that you cannot come back from. This storm might carry you far, or it will hurl you beneath the waves. Summon what you will, but be prepared to relinquish control when your creations grow beyond you. Wow, this is a very interesting reading, guys. I'm going to leave it here. Like I said, this is the summer solstice for anyone. There is no specific sign. This is just for anyone who came across it. This is what I will leave you with, guys. If you like the way I read, if this reading resonated with you, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. We are new to YouTube and on the way to 100 subscribers. If you would like to engage with me on a live basis, I go live Wednesday and Friday on Twitch from 6 to 8 p.m. EST, as well as Saturday from 4 to 6 p.m. EST. We read tarot, we do a collective, and then we do personals as well, okay? I hope to see you all one day on Twitch, and if not, that's okay. I will see you guys in the next video, all right? Bye, everyone.